If you're someone who cares about how your content looks, you're gonna wanna watch this video. I'm not a colorist, but I do love when my videos have that extra cinematic touch where you can feel that extra bit of emotion from it. So my workflow would consist of shooting in log and then inputting it into CapCut and allowing the AI to color correct it and bring out the best colors that I could make. But that has all changed now. Recently, Dehancer reached out to me and offered me access to their film effect plugin to add to my workflow and to review it as well. So I've started using it with Final Cut Pro and I've been able to get closer to the look I've always wanted, especially in my travel vlogs and my tech unboxings. Everything just has more mood, more depth, and the export quality is incredible. I'm gonna show you how I've been using it, what worked, and what still needs improvement. Let's get into it. So right now we're in Final Cut Pro. I have a clip loaded onto the timeline. So first step is to add some corrections. I'm gonna go and get the color curves selected. I'm also gonna select the color wheels. After that, I'm gonna go into the effects. I'm gonna get the Film Emulation Dehancer plugin and drop it onto my clip. Once that is done, I go ahead into the menu and I select the camera I use to shoot the footage. In this case, I shot this video with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Once I have the camera selected, I will go ahead and change some settings inside the Dehancer app. So first thing I'm going to turn off here for this edit is film grain. Then I want you to have a look at the Luma waveform on the left. I like to have my highlights hitting around 90 to 95. So in this case, I'm going to lower the white point here in the Dehancer settings just to increase my highlights a bit. After I hit the right spot, I'm going to now go and select my film effect. In this case, for this video, I'm going to apply the Kodak Portra 400. I really like that one for my travel vlogs. Once that is selected, then I will go over to my first correction, which is going to be in the color curves menu. So I go ahead and I select color curves. Then here I'm going to adjust the highlights just to bring them up a bit in the right areas, as you can see. Then once I'm satisfied with that, I'll move over to the mid-tone area and I will raise that a little bit just to bring a majority of them up around the 70 to 75 area. Then I'm going to go and grab the shadows and bring them down so they're just above 0, typically around 5 to 10. That kind of builds this little S curve here on the color curves menu. Once I'm happy with my color curve, I'm going to move into the next menu, which is color wheels. Here I'm going to do some fine tuning. So firstly, I will just raise the highlights a little bit. Then I raise the mid-tones just slightly. Then I will grab the shadows and bring them down a bit. And lastly, I will increase the saturation by moving the global slider up just a bit so I can bring more color to my video. Once I'm finished those edits, I'll watch a bit of the playback to make sure everything looks good. And here I think it looks pretty awesome. So next step would be to add this color grading to the rest of the clips. In order to add our color grading to this clip, we will select the first clip and press copy Command C. Then we will select the second clip and press paste Shift Command V. It's a special paste that will allow us to copy the settings that we want from the first clip over. Now you can see the color grading has been successfully copied over to the next clip and it is now looking pretty fire. So here's just a little comparison moving from D-Log M footage into the color graded footage that I just showed you, into tweaking it some more with some film grain, bloom, and halation. Comment below if you're feeling that vibe. And that is my workflow with Dehancer, and I can tell you after using it for multiple projects, it is here to stay. It gave my travel vlogs and unboxings that true moody cinematic feel I've been looking for. And again, I wanted to say that the export quality was super clean. Where it fell short for me, and I'm not sure if it's just a limitation in Final Cut Pro because I heard in the Resolve plugin that you have access to changing these things, is when I tried to apply effects like the film grain, the bloom, the halation, I was only able to toggle it on or off. I wasn't able to adjust the intensity, and sometimes the effect was a little bit too aggressive for me to use in my videos, so I wasn't really able to use them. If I had the ability to adjust that intensity, I definitely would have included them much more into my videos as well. That's where I think having a little bit more control would make a big difference. If you're someone that wants that extra cinematic film vibe without getting too deep into color grading, I definitely recommend checking out Dehancer Film Effect plugin for yourself. You can save with discount code FA10, 10% on your purchase. I'll post a link down below so that you can check it out for yourself. Also, I'd like to let you know that this video was shot in S-Log 3 and put through my workflow, and I have a Dehancer film effect on it right now, and that's what's giving it that extra cinematic touch. If you have any questions on how I edit my videos, please leave a comment below. Also, if this was helpful, I'd invite you to subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one.